For the past 10 years, the whole world has been stuck on one series, and that is Stranger Things. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about Stranger Things, what we thought, if we liked it, if we didn't, and we're going to rank our favorite seasons from favorite to least favorite, or least favorite to favorite, depending, we'll see. So, hello everyone, welcome to another episode of the Son of a Podcast. As usual, I am your host, Gabe, and today I am joined by both of my parents.
We are your parents.
Yeah, there we go. So, like I said, you guys watched it, the first season, basically when it came out, right?
We did.
No, Daddy did.
I did. I didn't watch it with you?
No, we rewatched it together.
Yes. I really enjoyed it. It was very good. It's really hard to believe it's been 10 years already, 2016.
2016.
It feels like it just came out I would talk about it with you as if you'd lived it all, but you hadn't because you were too young to watch scary stuff at that time.
Yeah, well, when the first season came out, I didn't watch it straight away. I watched it just before the second season came out. I watched the first season by myself. And then the second season came out and I watched that as well. I don't know did we watch it together?
Yeah,
I don't know if we did. We did?
I thought we watched the first season together as well.
No, I watched that by myself, I'm pretty sure. But I was watching it in the sitting room and you guys were coming in and out and you guys were, seeing it in the background, I guess. But that's it. So I watched it probably in 2017, just before the second season came out.
Yeah, so basically Stranger Things has been a part of our family for
just about
the
10
last
years.
10 years, yeah.
Yeah.
Same as a lot of millions of families.
Yeah.
Well, I'm very curious to see what you think about it. I think we've kind of touched on this in the last podcast we did about series and the 80s, series of the 80s.
We did.
Because obviously it's set in the 80s, so I think we touched upon it. But I'm curious to see what your take is, seeing as you weren't around in the 80s, whereas me and Mommy were. So what's your take on it? Does it feel dated?
The actual series?
Yeah,
I don't think it's dated at all. I mean, it just came out, so I don't think it can be dated. But I feel like it does fit the vibe of the 80s, or at least the 80s movies and TV series, I guess, that came out in the 80s. Yeah. Because, the way that they dress is quite similar, and obviously the Duffer Brothers, which are the creators, also take a lot of inspiration from the movies from that time.
Yeah, which is funny because they're young themselves. They're only like 41 years old, right? They're identical twins. I think.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they're identical twins.
Yeah.
That's why. Well, I think even before we start, although this is a long shot, but there might be somebody out there that doesn't even know what Stranger Things is. So I think maybe we should give them a very quick resume of what the series is about.
Yeah, well, if you don't know what Stranger Things is, then click away because we're going to talk about spoilers in this.
Oh yeah, there will be a lot of spoilers around here. We're gonna talk about all seasons and including probably the ending. So
no, well, we will talk about the ending because that's quite a big thing these days, isn't it?
So what is Stranger Things about?
Stranger Things, it's set in the 80s. I think the first season is set in 1983. I'm pretty sure.
I think so. Yeah.
So in a small town in
Indiana.
Hawkins, it's a made-up town, I'm pretty sure, isn't it? It doesn't exist in real life, yeah. And in the first season, a boy goes missing, goes missing, and they're looking for the boy, basically, and there's some supernatural elements and...
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
The upside down.
The upside down, yeah.
The upside down, which we will get into in a little bit later, because I'm not quite sure why it's called the upside down, where it's when nothing's upside down about it. It's just basically another dimension, right?
Yeah. Well, that's what we thought until the last season, yeah.
Right. So it's not another dimension. What is it then?
It's a wormhole to another dimension.
Well, that's what I said.
But
no.
the
upside down.
The upside down
is actually the wormhole.
Is the wormhole.
Yeah, it's not the dimension itself.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Okay, so it was created by the Duffer Brothers.
Yes, it was.
Not in 1984, but in 2016.
Yeah, well, probably a bit earlier, but it was
And from what I understand, they created it to play homage. They created it in the 80s, then they set it in the 80s for two reasons. First, to play homage to their favorite filmmakers, which were and their favorite genres from the 80s. So John Carpenter, Stephen King and obviously Steven Spielberg. There's references everywhere. I don't know if you've seen it, but they have references everywhere to all the films.
I have.
And to Stephen King books and Friday the 13th and all that stuff. And
Nightmare on Elm Street.
Nightmare on Elm Street, everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
All the 80s.
Yeah. And also I read because they wanted to purposefully take away the technological elements of the whole situation. So they wanted to set it in a place where there was no internet, there was no Google, there were no mobile phones, so that the problems they encountered, they had to solve in an old-fashioned way.
Yeah.
Without just saying like, hey, let's Google this situation, what's a wormhole? And then there it is, they had to figure it out themselves. And I think that's the key element of the series, I think. I think that's what really makes the whole thing. And I wanted to ask you, was that an element for you guys watching it? Saying, the fact that it must be frustrating for somebody your age watching a film like that, thinking like, dude, just grab a phone and ask. What are you using those huge walkie-talkies for?
I don't think so. I don't think it's a big deal. Because you have to think, it's not like this is the first 1980s set movie or series that I've seen in my life,
True.
I've grown up watching these. I've grown up watching Back to the Future. I've grown up watching, well, that's kind of a bad...
The 70s show, for example.
Yeah, the 70s show.
True.
I've grown up watching all of these, even in Friends and stuff like that, Even though it's in the 90s, but they have the big phones that they talk on, and then they have the huge computers, and then once they get the laptop that only works with Excel, they're like, oh my God, So I'm used to seeing stuff like this. It's not unknown to me.
Right. Well, to me, it was quite funny to watch it like that in that sense, because it brought back. Those. I didn't grow up. I had a set of huge walkie-talkies like that.
Yeah.
They were a little bit more professional. I think my dad got them from some sort of army surplus situation in the States, and then brought them over to Spain, and they were literally huge things, and they had a huge range, but they were really heavy. I'm not sure they were quite legal over here because of the frequencies they used. But I do remember using it with my brother, in the big house, around our neighborhood. He'd take him and and that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Then the Dungeons and Dragons references. I remember playing with my friends Dungeons and Dragons. We didn't actually have the board sets, but we did have a couple of the books. So I do remember sitting in the living room, just like going through not really seriously, but going through the adventures and one being the dungeon master and then saying, that kind of thing. That was kind of cool seeing it. So I always wish I would been more into Dungeons and Dragons. I always found it really fascinating and really imaginative.
I think it could be a really cool game. I think we should.
I think so.
Try to play it one day. If we get someone that can be the dungeon master and make a good story.
And I think the biggest, if I have to choose, although I know I've seen videos with the Duffer Brothers explaining practically all the references they're giving to films, from Terminator to Poltergeist, when they're, when they got the mattress and the rope going from the upside down to. But I think for me, the actual vibe of the series, I think I mentioned this in the other podcast as well, is more of an E.T. type vibe. I think if I had to round it up in one whole film, I would say the vibe is E.T. The young people fighting against the government in a sort of totally parallel investigation. So you got the adults and then you have the young guys doing their own thing. I think that's super, super E.T.
Well, I find the kind of the tone and the vibe of the series changes drastically throughout the seasons.
It does. Yeah. Well, because the characters grow as well, right?
But I mean, like the first season, for example, if you watch the first season, it's very serious tone. There's no there's jokes here and there, but it's quite dark, frankly, and it's very more not horror movie, but it's more an 80s horror movie where they weren't super scary, but
scary,
they were serious, Whereas then towards the end, it does get more, I don't want to say mystical, but I guess more childish in a way, where there's, especially I feel like in season 3 when there's like the Russians and then, like all
more
that stuff.
Outlandish, Well, that's very Indiana Jones, isn't it?
Yeah. It still feels very 80s, but it just the tone of the.
Yeah.
I feel like the first, or for me, the second the second season feels very much like a Stand By Me kind of situation,
Yeah.
you know, where the children are more alone. I
Yeah.
feel like and there is more jokes and it is less serious because I guess I don't want to say the stakes are less because they're not really, but it's not as horror movie-esque.
Which was this that you're talking about?
Season
yeah.
2.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah.
Well, I do want to get into each season more in depth. So I think the good place is to start with season 1, which is where it started.
Yeah, it's the disappearances. I mean, I have a quick summary of the seasons here. So season 1 focuses on the disappearance of Will. Yeah.
Yeah.
Will disappears and they have to find him. And this is where the ET element comes in. So, you know, the kids are really fast to realize that there's a supernatural element to the whole thing.
Yeah.
And nobody believes it until Winona Ryder, what's her character's name?
Joyce.
Until Joyce decides that she does believe it.
Yeah.
Right? Because she's so desperate, she'll believe anything to...
Well, but they don't talk about it. She also discovers it by herself.
On her own, yeah.
Because of the lights and the breathing and the...
Yeah.
And the,
Behind the wall.
yeah. They're going through the wall, the Demogorgon going through, which is the Nightmare on Elm Street reference. Isn't it? What I like about season 1 is that, like I said, it's a very serious tone, isn't it? I mean, you kind of have to have it because it's a very serious thing with the Will going missing and stuff. But I feel like the twists were very well played, very well done, and the characters were very well written.
Yeah.
I think it's one of the best first seasons of a show that I've seen.
I understand it wasn't supposed to be it was supposed to be a miniseries actually at first, and Elle was supposed to die in the first series all the way.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it was created as a miniseries, but it got so popular so quick that they decided to extend it and change the script.
So wait, but why didn't they kill her if they were supposed to kill her?
Why didn't they?
Yeah.
Well, because they saw that there was potential for more.
Yeah, but you said they were supposed to kill her in the first season, no?
Yeah. Initially.
Oh, well, I don't know. Anyways.
That's what I read. You know.
Maybe. I don't know. Who cares? Who knows?
Yeah.
But like I said, I think for me personally, that's my favorite season of the 5. Kind of spoiling our end segment of ranking the seasons. But for me, yeah, every time I watch it, I absolutely love it. You know, I don't know what you guys think.
I'm not sure if it's my favorite, but it was definitely set the tone, and it definitely. I mean, immediately when I saw it, I thought, "Oh man, this is something we got to watch together. This is something really cool."
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you watched it by yourself first,
Yeah.
and you loved it, but there wasn't any time to watch it. We actually watched it a weekend. You went away for Alex's birthday with the children. We watched the whole thing that weekend.
That's true.
And I was hooked as well.
Yeah.
Really. I loved the whole supernatural, I love the whole thing. The characters are played so well and written so well, and you feel so sorry for Will and for Joyce.
And it's crazy because I feel like all of the actors, obviously Winona Ryder, we know she's an incredible actress, but she does a really good job playing Joyce in the balancing the crazy mom, you know, where you could see why people think she's crazy because she's acting crazy, but also we know she's right, you know, so you feel bad for her and you feel pity for her.
Yeah.
Well,
that's her guilt, that way she feels so guilty because she was working. And
yeah, that's something that's prevalent throughout the whole series, isn't it? You have certain characters whose side only you can see, whereas nobody else can.
Yeah.
You know, like Winona Ryder, Elle's another one. When especially in season, I think is it season 2 where she's living with Hopper in the cabin.
Yeah.
And he won't let her out, you know, and you can always see her point of view. You can't see, and Hopper's as well, you know, and it's frustrating because nobody else can see that.
Yeah.
Same as Winona Ryder's. Or what's her name? Characters again?
Joyce.
Man, I'm terrible. Joyce, right.
Joyce.
Mama Joyce.
No, but yeah, I think everything, because even the kid actors, well, at that point were
Dustin's so
kid.
fun. Dustin's a great character.
They all did a really good job.
Yeah, that's something else.
Especially they were so young. They were 10 or 11 when that show started. When they filmed the show, the first season, and it's crazy to think how good of a job they did.
You have series like these. I don't know if they set out to have a really, really good cast of characters that were perfectly cast and that could act really, really well, or during the filming they concentrated on the acting. But the truth is that that's why the series really, really works. Not just because of the practical effects and the production. It's also the fact that the characters, all of them, are really good actors. They do a really
From
good
what
job.
I know, that they cast the actors based on how well they had chemistry with each other.
Yeah.
And then they also wrote the characters kind of to fit the actors.
Yeah, which is great.
Which is great, and obviously it shows that it works really well because because obviously you can tell that the kids actually like each other. You know,
Yeah.
I feel like it's easier for adults to act like they like someone else, but when kids don't like one another, then
Well,
it's
the actor that plays Mike is actually the godfather of Millie Bobby Brown.
no, it's
Was it Will? Okay.
Will. Yeah.
The actor that plays Will is the godfather of
And who's the
Richard.
actor that plays Will? Who's Will? I'm terrible.
To the
Will's
main-
the main
the main
character that
character.
gets
All right. Okay. Yeah.
taken with
Aye.
But I think season 1 was, well, for me, like I said, it's the best one, and it really was a not, I don't want to say groundbreaking, but it was a very good stepping stone for
It was,
Stranger
yeah.
Things to absolutely blow up.
Yeah.
I mean, right now it's their flagship, or it was, I guess, their flagship series.
Yeah.
It was their main thing that everyone.
Well, the Duffer Brothers haven't really done much before that, have they? I think they just did one
nothing known, at
short
least.
film, and I think they participated in a M. Night Shyamalan series. What was it called? Wayward Pines, was it? I think they participated in that, and that's pretty much it. I mean, they're only 41. There's only so much time they have to to do things. Right. So that's season 1. Season 2 came out a year later, which is set a year later in 1984.
Yeah.
Which is kind of cool because the characters and the actors have grown just 1 year, so that
It looks
you can kind of tell. And that deals with the aftermath of Will's rescue.
Yeah.
And this is where Will has the powers, right? This is where the, what's it called, the Night Flyer?
Mind Flayer.
Possesses him, right? And
Yeah, exactly.
goes to him, yeah.
And kind of uses him to kind of destroy everyone. I think this was another really good season. I think it was a good second season.
Yeah.
It was a very good follow-up because it wasn't as serious or as dark, I feel, in some situations.
It was quite.
No, I'm not saying it wasn't. I'm just saying it wasn't as, because we know more about the whole world. We know more about everything, and more people know. So it's not as, I guess, I don't want to say not stressful, because there was a lot of stress and people die, and and there's
Yeah. Is this the season where Will's mom,
Joyce,
where Joyce is with Sam, with
Bob.
with Bob, yeah,
Sam,
Samwise
Bob.
Gamgee, yeah,
Samwise Gamgee.
Bob, he's called Bob.
yeah, he's called Bob,
I'm sorry, guys. I'm terrible with names and faces and actors and characters.
yeah, he's
So-
Bob, he's
That's
with
yeah.
Bob.
See, that's a good one because he brings a lot of life to the whole thing, and then it
Also introduces Max and her stepbrother Billy.
that's true.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's why I say it's a very different tone, this one as well.
Yeah.
Isn't it? I feel
Yeah.
like there's a lot more comedy
Yeah.
in this
Yeah.
one. I mean, it's a really, really good one because it, like you said, it introduces Max, it introduces Billy, which is Max's brother.
Stepbrother.
Yeah. It introduces probably the most beloved duo in the show, which is Steve and Dustin's relationship.
That's true.
Starts in this season, which I think was absolutely great that
Yeah.
they.
Well, a little bit of
They
trivia.
did this.
Apparently, Steve was meant to be the antagonistic character throughout the whole series,
Yeah.
but because as an actor, as an actor, he's so endearing. They didn't want to have him portray the baddie all the time, so they actually turned him into the protector of the group, and that's why they started with his relationship with Dustin, and that's also why they probably brought Billy in the second season to take over that
Yeah,
antagonistic character.
antagonistic character, yeah.
And they did a really good job. I mean, the guy's a bastard, motherfucker,
Yeah, yeah, he is.
dude,
It is. It is.
sexy bastard, right, Baba? No, you like Eddie.
Yeah.
In season 3, not season 4.
Four.
Season 4.
Yeah. Well, let's not talk about season 4 because we're getting ahead of
Yeah, no,
ourselves.
we're getting there. No, this is season 2.
Yeah.
So season 2, and it also starts cementing the future relationship between Hopper and Joyce, right? Because they always have that relationship,
Yeah,
but they always
but-
have that thing there. And here, because Bob is in the way,
Yeah.
they can't get close, but you can see that they want to, right?
Do they? I don't remember that.
Maybe Hopper. I don't think Joyce.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Hopper. Yeah,
Yeah.
Joyce is caught up in her own world of worried about her son and Bob,
Bob.
Definitely.
right?
And we also see the government are good, I guess,
Yeah.
in this season, and they're helping Will to, or
You know what my problem
More
is?
or less
Is that I've just before the beginning of the second part of season 5, I binge watched all 4 seasons in one row so that I could remember, because I have a terrible memory. And now what my issue is that they all blend into one big mishmash in my mind. I have no idea what parts are season 1, 2, 3, or 4. So I get all
Well, my
mixed up.
problem is I haven't re-seen any of them.
Yeah, well, you have a better memory than me, so
Yeah.
and you guys know the characters' names. I just don't know the characters' names, man. That's terrible.
well, in this season, what happens is the gang is back together. I suppose you could say the Will is back, but you can kind of tell there's something weird about him. He's not doing very good, and the first episode and the first couple episodes kind of sets a tone of everything's not really as good as it seems.
Yeah.
Will is
Knows something's up but doesn't want to.
kind of, and also Will is there's something wrong with him. You know, he can see into the upside down and stuff, or he's having visions.
He doesn't want to tell anybody. He's scared.
Yeah. And we're introduced to Bob, which is I really liked Bob as a character as well.
He had to go.
He gets killed.
He had to go. You could tell from the beginning. He had to go. There was no.
Yeah, well, that's a very big thing in Stranger Things throughout, isn't it? The new character, the characters get introduced,
And
you gotta wonder.
get
if he's gonna
killed.
die.
You know,
Right.
It's a
And
very
yeah, it was very
prominent thing.
sad because he was a very
He was
endearing
very
character.
nice.
Yeah,
He was a very nice guy.
but like I said, I really enjoyed it. I think it was a very good season, a very good second season, very good follow up.
Yeah.
It still followed the tone. It kind of expanded the world a bit and we learned more about the upside down as well. We still didn't know fully what it was or what happened or where it came from.
And it cemented the relationship between the characters as well.
Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of character development, which is very good, which I feel like some shows kind of lack in the second kind of movies as well. They kind of don't focus. They kind of just focus on storyline and no character development. You know, we start to like Steve. We start rooting for the guy with long hair. The guy with the hair.
All right,
It's his
okay.
first
Harrington.
We also start rooting for Nancy and Jonathan to get together as well.
Yeah, true.
There's also the love triangle between Lucas, Dustin, and Max as well. You know, so it's very in depth. There's a lot of stuff going on.
But the biggest thing in season 2 is, like you say, the introducing of Max, because she plays a huge part in the later
she
seasons.
does. She does.
And then that brings us to season 3, which was released in 2019.
Well, first of all, what do you guys think about season 2?
I really liked it. I liked it better than season 1.
Really?
Yeah, because there was more interplay between the characters. There was more intrigue, and it was a little bit more in depth. I thought it was. I expected it to be worse, but because I expected it to be worse that I liked it more. Okay. Because I thought it's minimum, it's exactly the same. And normally second seasons are not as good.
Yeah.
But I really, really enjoyed it. I thought, I want more. Let's do more.
It was really good. What did you think? Oh, sorry, I thought you were not done.
No, that's it.
No, I really, really enjoyed it as well. Thought it was great. Max and Billy are two of my. There's so many good characters, but I say two of my favorite.
The whole how was it? Baywatch, not Baywatch. That's when he gets possessed in the pool and all that stuff, right? When he's
that's in season 3.
Season 3, right? Okay. Anyway, see, I got that all mixed up in my life. Well, that brings us to season 3.
Yeah,
so that was released in 2019.
Yeah, there was a big gap
There was a big
between
gap.
season 2 and season 3.
That was 2 years, and yet it continues in 1985. So it's only a year later. And
Yeah,
in the
a year
season.
later.
And here the characters are a little bit more grown. I think this is where Dustin has his teeth. Finally,
Yeah.
finally has teeth. And this is actually what I like this season is a super 80s vibe because of the mall.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, they make a huge deal about the shopping mall, and that's really they bring out the whole 80s fashion. You know, the whole electrics,
And the
lights
the music and the things they did, and the
Yeah.
makeup. And I love the introduction of Robin, and I love
Yes.
Robin and Steve's relationship in that.
It was.
Yeah. Robin was very cool. A little bit of left field, I found that she suddenly. Yeah, at first I thought, who the hell is this and why did they bring her in? But very quickly you warm up to her and you can see that there's, you know, I remember thinking like, I hope she's not going to die because she's very cool.
Yeah.
At the end, and thankfully she didn't.
Yeah, it's true. This season was Alexei that died.
Alexei, yeah.
Wasn't it?
That's right, yeah.
The Russian.
The Russian guy.
Was that the introduction of Murray, right? In season 3, or was that season 4?
In season 2, you get the introduction of Murray, where he kind of says that he's hired as a private investigator to find the death of Barb. And he says that it wasn't chemicals or whatever excuse they say.
Who's this?
This is the crazy guy that...
yeah, of course, yeah.
And then in season 3...
That's true, I forgot about it.
In season 3 because the whole thing with this season is now we have Russians.
Russians, yeah.
And the whole Cold War part of the 80s is kind of shown.
Yeah. You also see that the budgets have quadrupled here. Right?
Yeah.
Everything is just much more...
There's more CGI, everything's on a bigger scale. There's the thing is with this season, it becomes from a Hawkins problem to a world problem, doesn't it? It goes from like 0 to 100 very quickly.
That personally, I could have done with that. The whole Russia thing was a little bit left field. I could see why they did it, and you know, but I thought they could have stayed in Hawkins all the time.
I didn't. This for me was a big dip in Stranger Things. I feel like this was a bit too, like you said, the Russians. Looking back at it at the time, I thought it was cool. But looking back and like the same, I feel like it was a bit unnecessary. You know, it was a bit too. This season had too many. I feel like I was getting slapped in the face by the 80s. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but yet it was still a really good season. I mean, my bigger issue is in season 4. That's where I think they were a little bit too far with the Russia thing.
And their Russians are really.
Is it season 4? Is it what season is it that Hopper is in Russia?
That's season 4.
That's season 4. Well, that's what I mean. That I could have done without that.
Anyways, we're getting ahead. We're getting ahead. Let's stick by season 3. Season 3. Okay. I feel like this was a bit. It was still good. It was still fun. It was. There was still a lot of stuff going on. Like you said, I enjoyed them all. That was a very good introduction. I feel like it was good to kind of also show the kind of the American dream of that time. You know, that was seen of everything being super big and all the big corporations and everything. You know, capitalists.
Yeah,
kind of. The super big grand finale was, you know.
Yeah, with the big monster and stuff
in the mall and all that with.
Yeah, the very good big fights, which that was good as well. But like I said, I feel like the Russia part, like the Russians being there, was a bit too.
Yeah, to me it just feels a little bit too. I mean, I know that 1984 was right in the middle, or that 1984, 85, 86 was right in the middle of the Cold War.
Yeah.
So Russia versus the state was a huge thing.
Yeah, it was.
So I get that bringing it in. But it feels right now in 2025, it looks a little bit, or 2026 now, it feels a little bit too out of place in the world. So it didn't resonate with me as much.
And also in this season, we had the very obvious reference to Terminator with the big Russian
baddie,
you couldn't do anything to stop him. He just continued. He was always there, you know, which I feel like that was a bit
obvious.
Yeah, that was a bit like, okay, I see what you guys are doing here. It wasn't as subtle as everything else.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like this was a step down.
Yes,
It was. That brings us to season 4, which was now the guys are getting proper teenagers.
Yeah.
Now they're old. By
This is
time.
because this came out 4 years later or 3 years
This
later.
was 2022. So
So 3 years later.
we go from 2019 to 2022. Anybody know why there's such a big gap? Is it because the production was bigger or?
COVID.
COVID.
Of course, COVID. Duh. Goddamn, of course.
COVID, and also there was like the writers' strike as well.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
there was
the writers' strike and all that,
going on.
yeah. So this is, and yet it takes place in 1986, a year after
a year
that,
later,
so-
and this is where people started complaining about the kids don't look like kids anymore.
Yeah,
because
I remember that. Yeah.
the actors must have been like 20 or 19 or 20
Yeah.
at this time acting.
Some of them look pretty much the same. Steve looked the same, pretty much.
Yeah, but that's because
they're
hadn't-
older. They're older in the
They were like
real
already
life, yeah.
25. They were 20 when they started filming. You know, so you don't really get
Yeah.
changed as
Changed
much.
that much, yeah.
But Dustin, my God, he's he went from being
All of them, Dustin,
them,
Mike,
yeah.
they all look completely
Yeah.
different. They all look a lot older.
Yeah.
Um,
But for me, the marking of season 4, again, at first, I wasn't quite on board with it. I thought, oh, they're starting to lag a little bit. I couldn't understand, and I still don't really. I understand the reasoning within the series, within the plot, but I don't understand why they had to separate them. I couldn't see a point.
What?
There was to separate, half of them staying in Hawkins, the others going to California where they were, the whole road trip to try to get together.
yeah.
Once it got going, it got better.
The thing is, for me,
but at
yeah,
first
sorry.
I thought, why do you separate them? They were really good together. That's what made the series work. All of them working together.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you, this happens all the time though. There's always like 3 or 4 different groups that are doing their own separate thing, and then they always
come
at the
back
end
to
what was that?
Low battery.
And at the end they always join together, and they're always like, oh, we were doing the same thing in the end. It's like, dude, it's been happening for the past 3 seasons, but
Yeah, that
you know
I
what
get. But I just didn't. He was.
No, yeah,
And in fact, half the time I forgot that they were separate.
yeah. Well, that's just because you fall asleep, so you always forget. But that's season 4. I liked season 4. I liked what was going on in Russia with the Murray and Joyce, which is another unexpected duo that I liked together as well.
Chemistry, yeah, it's true.
Going to save Hopper, which I know you said you didn't like.
No, I didn't.
And then the kids in Hawkins having to solve their own, like the Vecna murderers and stuff like that. That was really good. But then the stuff that was happening with Mike and Will and Elle that was in California, I thought that was so
yeah.
shit.
Exactly.
I didn't like that at all.
I only like the pizza.
Yeah,
delivery
Argyle.
dude.
Yeah, Argyle.
I was going to say that. That's
Yeah.
the only bit that.
His interplay with what's Steven? Is it Steven?
No, Steve is. You're talking about. Oh my God,
Jonathan. There you go. Yeah. So their relationship was kind of cool. Yeah, that kind of.
I feel like they
But-
they provoked Jonathan really badly in this season though.
Yeah.
That Jonathan just becomes like.
Wine.
Yeah, like a whiny junkie, not junkie, but
No, yeah, junkie. He's a pothead.
Yeah, pothead. Yeah, not junkie, but pothead. Yeah. That season 4 for me almost lost the trail. Almost lost it.
That's the thing is for me. Because they cut in between each storyline all the time, right? So it would go from the Hawkins. I'll be like, nice. This is super cool. This is super interesting. Like the mystery is very. Cause we didn't know anything about it, so the mystery was very, very well done. I thought.
And
And Eddie.
Yeah, Eddie was very good.
Exactly,
Then it went to the Russia.
stayed
Wait.
within the Stranger Things vibe, which is sorry.
Then it went to the Russians.
I'm getting excited here.
Yeah. Then it went to the Russians
Yeah,
with Hopper trying to escape from Russia because obviously you want him to escape. So I thought that was very interesting. And then it went to California, and I was like, dude, I don't want just bring them back. I don't want to see this. I wasn't really interesting. The only thing that was interesting from that was seeing Elle and her background.
Yeah.
That was interesting. But when you saw the other kids, then I was a bit like.
exactly. That's what I
This
mean.
was a bit
They
lackluster, wasn't
could
it?
have done without that. Yeah, and then the Russia had 2 sides. You had the Hopper side and then the Joyce side, right? Trying to get to Russia too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So season 4, let's move on to season 5.
No. I feel like there's still a lot more to talk about in season 4. We didn't. What did you think? Because I personally, I really enjoyed.
I
season
really
3.
enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was enjoyable.
I enjoyed it more than season 3.
Me too.
And for me, Eddie is just one of the best characters.
Yeah.
I loved Eddie. I think Eddie made the. In fact, I was really rooting for him to be in season 5.
Yeah.
And Metallica fans love him too.
Yeah, obviously he did to Metallica what Max did to Kate Bush, right?
Yeah.
I think he made that season.
Yeah.
His whole character.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this was, like I said,
whole Hellfire.
It was very well done. The Hawkins part, I really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed the mystery element of it, with kind of like what the hell is going on with Vecna, who is this guy, and then the reveal that Vecna is one was also, I thought that was very good.
Yeah.
I didn't expect it at all.
Yes, so the actual storyline within the Stranger Things franchise, Vecna and all that's really, really good because it really comes together in season 4.
Yeah,
it really does. But the actual elements around it is what I'm not too keen on.
I disagree. Apart from the California, that I agree with you, but I enjoyed the Russia part.
The Russia part.
I felt like there was stakes. You didn't know if Hopper was going to leave, was going to be able to escape.
Are they going to kill him off now?
Yeah, and then
I found that a little unnecessary, to be honest.
And also at the end when Max goes into the coma, and the cliffhanger ending of it, like they kind of saved the world, but they didn't really. You don't really know if Vecna's dead. You get the sense that he's not, because he kind of just disappears. So it's like he can't have been dead, And then,
right. So anyway, that takes us to season 5, which is like a step over. We go from a super produced miniseries to a full-fledged Hollywood production. What's the time lapse between one and the other, season 4 and season 5?
Well, season 4 comes out in 22 and season 5 comes out in 25.
2025 with the biggest expectation ever, right? Since the end of 2022, we're all being expecting. So of course, I hear that the CGI budget, just for CGI, when the budget went from 1 million or something like that in season 4 to 450 million, and
wow,
I'm not surprised.
In season 5, there's practically no practical effects. Everything is CGI, and from what I hear from watching the Corridor crew, it is spot on. All the CGI is really really good.
Well, they do. They use practical effects, but obviously everything is a lot bigger scale. Yeah. Like for example, in season 5, Vecna's layer, kind of, where he has like the spires and he's in the center. All that was done practically. Like that's all practical effects. Oh. That was a huge foam thing that they built, and they actually did.
So there are sets and there are practical effects, but it couldn't, compared to season 1, where practically everything's.
Obviously, but this is 10 years later, where the whole world is expecting and everyone's watching and there's so much hype around it. I enjoyed this season. I feel like there was a lot of questions that were answered. A lot of stuff happened. There were a couple of episodes which I thought were a bit lacking, where nothing really happened, where I thought for final season, this is kind of this episode could have been used better.
Maybe they're drawing it out just to make time.
Yeah, I feel like episode 6, episode 5 and 6 were a bit like nothing really happened. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like the in the big scope of, especially if you think about it, in the whole thing of, that's half of the episodes of the second volume. Yeah. Like nothing really happened. Right. You know what I mean?
Well, I liked it. I thought season 5 brought the spirit back. It was more fantasy rather than mystery, right? It was more of a fantasy thing.
Yeah, because now there's no more mystery, you know?
Exactly. Yeah. So we all know what's going on. We all know who the baddie is. Well, there is that origin story, isn't there, in season 5, where you discover where Vecna got his powers from, back in that little tunnel. Yeah, exactly. That stone and that.
Yeah, there are small hints, but
but I did like it. I did like the fantasy element to it. Of course, the Alice in Wonderland, references, with the dress she's wearing and going through the
Yeah.
rabbit hole and all that. And I quite like that. I like the fact that they brought it all back down to Hawkins,
Yeah.
instead of spreading it out throughout the whole world. And the little girl, what's her name?
Holly.
Holly does a great job.
Yeah, the actress is very good.
She's clearly the star of the whole. She steals the show, basically.
She's English.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of English people.
For me, I feel like the actor of Vecna stole the show for me.
He's very good.
He's also very good.
Jamie Campbell Bower.
Yeah.
I'm glad that we got him more in the human form
Yeah.
instead of, because
Vecna.
then he can actually like properly act. You know. For me, the scene that I thought was really good, or kind of all the scenes, is when he's trying to get into the cave and going through the cave, and you can see that it's like he's really, really scared.
Yeah.
I thought he did a really, really good job
that's
with
true.
that.
Yeah, to bring an element of humanity into him.
Yeah.
Whereas before he was just like pure evil.
Yeah,
pure,
exactly.
Pure and
So I think I feel like this season got overhated.
Yeah, I don't understand.
There
that.
was a lot of hate that came into it.
We didn't watch the whole season at once. We decided for the first 4 episodes all to come out. No, was it? Or did we watch it when it all came out?
What?
We watched it in blocks.
In blocks,
Season
yeah.
5. We watched it in blocks together, dude.
Yeah. Yeah. But we didn't watch it exactly when it came out, right? On the day after it came out. No, did we? I can't remember.
Which one?
The season 5, the 2 blocks.
Well,
There's 3 blocks.
there's 2
blocks,
blocks.
yeah.
So
Three
the first block, I don't know when, because I was in Ireland when I watched this. I don't know when you guys
We
watched
watched it when it came
But
out.
then the second block, the volume 2, we watched it.
Like the day after. Because
Yeah, but the second part, yeah.
We watched it as soon as we could. And then it was the finale that we watched a couple of days later because we had the whole family here. It was the first, so we went. Tina was here, so we couldn't watch it. And it was the second at night when we watched it. But it was like 2 days later, it wasn't that?
Well, my point is that when it came out, there was a lot of flack about it, and I read a lot of. I tried not to read much, so I wouldn't get any spoilers before we watched it. But I do remember seeing a lot of videos and a lot of things saying like it's not the same, they've screwed it up or whatever. And when I started watching it, I thought absolutely not. In fact, the opposite. They're bringing it together from season 4.
I thought they did a really good job. The thing is, what I feel like happened is everyone was doing their own theories and their own things. And there was 100 million theories here and there. Everyone had their own theory, and when their theory didn't plan out, they were like, "Oh, this is shit! Like, why isn't my theory better? This is like the Duffer Brothers did such a shit job, you know."
Yeah,
it's like, no, dude. Like,
I never got into that. I just wanted to
just
see how it panned out.
It's just like your theory didn't come out. It doesn't mean that it's bad.
In my mind, I was only just wondering why the upside down wasn't quite upside down.
Yeah, but that's I just still don't get what you're trying to say. But
well, if it's upside down, why aren't they upside down all the time? That's all I wanted to know. In season 1, every time they go into the upside down, they turn upside down because it's upside down.
That's what I was telling you, is that happens because it's stylistic choices to show that it's upside down. It's
exactly.
underneath.
So it confused me. And then in the second season, they just step over to a portal, and then they're in another.
But they also did that in the first season, though.
Yeah. But it didn't jive to me. Anyway, we talked about it yesterday.
Yeah.
I might show the clip of that. And we looked into it, and now I understand.
Yeah.
Now I understand. But at first I didn't, and I was confused. Why is it sometimes upside down and sometimes not?
Well, and in this in this season we finally figure out what the upside down is. We see that it's a wormhole to another dimension called the Abyss or Dimension X, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, I thought this season it was good. It was good closing off, but I still feel it wasn't nearly the best. It wasn't nearly.
Well, it's hard. It's hard to keep up a level when your level is so high.
Yeah.
That is certainly true.
I found the last episode that the goodbyes are a little too long.
I completely disagree.
Really, I thought
disagree.
I thought that was a little too much, like the Lord of the Rings. Maybe it's an homage to the Lord of the Rings. I don't know. But you don't have to go through every single character to say goodbye to them in 10 minutes. It's like an hour and a half of just saying goodbye to everybody. It's like, no, just get everyone done.
I completely disagree. I couldn't disagree more, actually. I think it was very necessary. Because I think this is 10 years, right? This is
But still.
10 years of and I feel like we have to get closure on each of the characters on it, because I think there's a lot of main characters, you know. It's not like there's 2 main characters and the rest are side characters that no one really cares about. If we say goodbye to these 2, then it's good. Then you could do 10 minutes, you know. But there's the main I don't want to say true, but there's the main group, which is the kids that aren't kids, are going to college now, but there's the main kids. Then there's the older ones. There's the Nancy, Jonathan, Robin.
Yeah, I get it.
You know, Steve. Then there's the adults. You know, so I think it was good that they took their time to say goodbye and to show that there was repercussions with people. You know, and
Maybe we're just getting older, aren't we?
Now the parent character that I really like is Mike's mother.
Yeah, Karen.
Right. Karen, really, she's a good character.
Yeah. And I feel like it was done really well to just kind of slow down and to give each character their own goodbye.
Yeah, but we all know that it's not over.
The
thing is too much of a commercial success for it to be over. So
I think with these characters,
there's gonna be prequels or sequels or whatever, and they're all gonna do cameos and all that stuff because they have to milk it for sure. So,
I think these characters are done. I'm not saying that Stranger Things franchise is done. I mean, they
definitely.
There's already the Tales of the 85 or whatever they call it, which is the animation series. But I think with these characters, I think
I believe they're already talking about a prequel, no?
I don't know. But I think with these characters, we're done. I don't think we'll get much more. So that's why I think it's good to say goodbye to these characters. I mean, also if you think about it, after 10 years, you know, we don't think if it was just 10 minutes, I would have been like, dude, what the hell? You know?
Maybe.
Why?
Maybe. Anyway, so speaking of characters, well, first favorite seasons.
Yes. Let's do from your least favorite to your most favorite.
All right, my least favorite has to be season 4.
Okay.
My favorite, I think, is a tie between.
Wait. Go from least to most.
All right, least to most. Least season 4.
So 4.
4. 3. 1. And then 4 and 5 tie, I think. Oh, sorry, 3. No, sorry. No, 3 and 5 are tie. So I'd say 4 least.
4 least.
Yeah. Then 1.
1's your second least favorite.
Yeah, because season 3 and season 5 for me are tie. I think they're really, really good. Season 2 and 5. Sorry, I'm getting confused. Season 2 and season 5 are my favorite. I think both of them.
Season 2 and season 5.
Yeah, I think both of them are similar. I really enjoyed season 2 and season 5.
Okay.
Season 4 by far my least favorite.
Okay.
And season 1, it was really, really good, but not as good as season 2.
Okay, so it's season 2 and 5.
Yeah.
Are the
joint favorites.
Joint favorite.
So 1 and 2 or 2 and 1 or whatever, however you want to see it. Then season 3.
Season 3.
Then season 1.
Season 1.
And season 4.
And season 4. No, season 1 I like better than season 3.
That's why I was like, so what the hell?
Yeah.
So okay.
Yeah.
This is why I told you the question before, so you could get it in your head.
Yeah, but I wasn't really sure until we started talking now. So as we're talking,
okay.
I'm looking at things.
So it's season 2, season 5, season 1, season 3, season 4.
Yeah.
Okay. Then for you?
For me, I think, again, saying least favorite, I did like it. I mean, it's not that bad, but for me, my least favorite is 5.
Yeah.
Then I'll go for 3.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'll go for 4.
Yeah.
And then 2 and 1.
Yeah, I completely agree. I have exactly the same.
So your favorite is?
1.
1. So for me, it's 5, 3, 4, 2, and 1. So my favorite is 1. Then it goes 2. Then 4. Then 3. Then 5.
Before when we were talking, you swapped 4 and 3 around now, haven't you?
No.
You had
I wrote it down yesterday. So these were the ones that I decided. So for you, season 5 is the same level as season 1 or season 2 for you?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I really enjoyed them.
Wow.
Yeah.
I find that so crazy.
Why?
Because For me, season 5 was good. I enjoyed it, but it can't, like, for me, it's the worst. For me, maybe season 3 and season 5 could be swapped around.
No,
For me,
I
those
really enjoyed season 5.
Those are kind of close.
I liked it because it was a very mature season. The characters were still just as good. They adapted very well to their age,
Yeah.
right? And the dialogues were adapted to the character's age and to the actor's age.
Yeah.
The whole Vecna thing was really cool. It was all back in Hawkins, and I thought it just rounded the whole thing. They added, the new characters they added were really, really good. The new sidelines, and I really enjoyed it.
The thing for me about season 5, right? For me, the reason why I say it's the worst is because I take the whole thing into context, right? So for me, if let's say if episode 5 and 6 were better, and the storyline actually moved on appropriately, then I feel like it could have been much better. But like I said, there was a couple points in the season where I was like, dude, this is the final season. We have to we can't have these basically pointless scenes where nothing really happens. It doesn't really move on with the story. It doesn't give us anything,
Yeah, I didn't feel like that so much. Maybe because I've watched so much Stranger Things in the last month that it's super saturated.
With this, I feel like there was points where the dialogue was a bit lackluster. It wasn't as good as other seasons, like in season 1 and season 2, where the dialogue was incredible. I feel like in this season, kind of in 3, 4, and 5, the dialogue did take a dip a bit, but that's why they're a bit behind 1 and 2 for me. The 3, 4, and 5.
I like season 5.
No, I'm not saying I don't like it. I also like it.
Is
It's
Elle
just
dead or not?
yeah, I think she's dead. You know what I really like about this actually?
I don't think so.
Is there's compelling arguments for both sides. It's not like there's there's no arguments for one side and it's like Mike is just going crazy. What he says does make sense, but then it's also kind of like, how is Callie still alive after being shot in the gut for half an hour staying there? And also we see the explosion happen, like the whole building explodes before Elle dies. So how would that work? How would she still be alive?
I think they left it open for commercial reasons, and it could be either way. According to the actress, to Millie Bobby Brown, or what's her name now?
Millie Bobby
Brown.
Millie Brown Bonjovi. She says she's dead, but who knows?
I don't know.
It wouldn't be a bad thing if she wasn't, and it wouldn't be a bad thing if she is. They've given us closure as they've said goodbye.
Yeah.
So that's seasons. And now, I guess breaking it down to least favorite and favorite character, which is a little bit too much because there's a million characters in there. But your favorite character, your least favorite character, and your 3 favorite characters.
I don't think I can choose 3 favorites.
I can choose my least favorite character by far, and that's Hopper. I don't like Hopper. Never did.
Why?
Because he's a bad father. And I can see him as a father. He's so helicopter. He's just so goddamn protective of the girl. Just let her be, man.
Yeah, but it makes sense with his character though.
Don't care. If you're gonna be responsible for something, let them live. Don't treat them like an animal. Treat them like a human being. Even if they have the power they have, It's like if you have an autistic child, if you have a savant child, you can't keep them in a room just because they might get hurt outside. No, they have to live, Let them be. I totally sympathize with Elle throughout the whole season. And his relationship with Joyce.
I think everyone does sympathize with her, but you understand why he is like that.
No. Now I understand why he would be but I would overcome it. I would urge him to overcome it. In fact, everybody tells him to do it, and he doesn't do it. Even at season 5, when I was already she could be married for Christ's sakes. and she's shown that she's more powerful than anybody and she knows better than anybody. Still, he insists on treating her like a child. No, man. In Russia,
I think in season 5 you're right. It's a bit like, dude, come on. Like,
well, throughout
we have
the
to get
whole
over
thing.
it. No, but like in season 2 it makes sense that she's just being tormented by the government and they think she's dead. So he's like, you're finally getting peace and quiet. Like, just stay here. Then in a bit, then you can. Then in season,
he's a dunce when it comes
3,
to women. His relationship with Joyce is absolutely appalling. I'm like, come on, man. He's not my kind of guy. Hopper.
Okay. Anyways, doesn't matter.
So anyway, he's my least favorite character. My favorite character, I would have to say, I don't know. There's a lot.
I think it's too hard to say. Favorites.
I think Steve has to be up there because I think he's a really well-rendered character. I think the he does an amazing job as an actor.
Very talented musician as well, but that's besides the point.
Yeah.
So is Maya Hawke.
Yeah. And Maya Hawke is also very, very good. I like them both. They're very quirky. But it's really hard.
I think for me, my standouts are Dustin, Steve, and also really like Nancy as well. I think she's a badass. I think she turns into like, especially in season 5, she turns into like a Navy SEAL. She's like,
yeah, she's cool. Her evolution is pretty well done.
She's in season 5. She's like a commando. It's crazy. She can be like Delta Force taking out Maduro.
All right, so here's the thing. My final list: Hopper down all the way. Oot.
Okay.
I mean, he plays his part. He's really good as a character. He has to be there. Stranger Things would be nothing without Hopper, but I just don't like the guy. And then I can't say in order, but I think my favorite characters have to be Max, Steve, and what did I say?
Robin?
No, Max, Steve,
Dustin?
and Robin. Maya Hawke.
Robin.
Yeah. Anyway, that's me. You go for it. Least favorite.
I don't know.
I don't know who my least favorite is either.
It has to be Hopper.
I suppose he has to be in it, but I will just say least favorite because I don't like him. It's not that it's a bad acting or anything, but obviously Papa. Because he's so evil.
Yeah, Dr. Brenner.
He's so evil, I suppose. Does that count? Because, I mean, he's supposed to be evil. He wouldn't have...
No, it can be. I mean, he's...
I love Max. I love Eddie. I love Dustin. Joyce is amazing. Lucas's little sister. I think I love her participation in it.
It is hard to narrow it down.
Steve and Robin, I love them as well.
Yeah.
And Nancy, like you say. I mean, they're all just... I like Jonathan as well, apart from when he's at his whiny stage.
Yeah.
They're all brilliant characters. It's funny, though, that none of us has said Will, who's supposedly the main character, right?
Because the thing is, Will doesn't really have much... In season 1, he's in the Upside Down the whole time. In season 2, he's basically in like a coma the whole time.
Yeah. And he's always sad, isn't he?
In season 3... what happened in season 3? He's just not really there. Because the thing is,
California, don't they?
Time out. And why don't you have a problem with the way Joyce treats Will?
Yeah.
Because she treats him exactly the way Hopper treats.
True. It's true. It's true. But she has a lot of good qualities to her. Her only big flaw is the way she treats Will. She's overprotective of him. But then there's also maybe a reason for it. The thing is that Will is, as opposed to Elle, Will is weak. And he's always been weak. And he's always been portrayed as weak. And that's why I'm assuming so that the evil can get through him easier, right? And so you understand that in such a weak character, her mom could be a little bit protective. But it is true that I would get protective over Will because of her relationship with him. It's like, leave the poor guy alone. His brother had, Jonathan had a more of a fatherly approach to his relationship to Will, which was more of equal type thing. It's like, I'm going to protect you, but I'm going to let you do your thing while I keep an eye out on you. Whereas Joyce was overprotective. You're totally right. But then outside of that, Joyce was just great. You know, she's the one that figured everything out on her own. She's totally independent, regardless of the fact that Hopper would not help her out. You know, of course he wouldn't. You know,
What?
well, Hopper didn't believe her. He just dismissed her as just like, you know, he didn't believe her in season 1 at least. You know, it's like, come on, man.
Dude.
Anyway,
Okay, so what I've realized is you have, for whatever reason, you have an unjust dislike towards Hopper. Because should I tell you why? Should I tell you why?
why?
You just said, why didn't Hopper just believe that an alien, or what they believed was an alien, a creature, a monster, come and take Will? Well, because that just doesn't happen in the real world. Wait, before you continue, let me finish. Okay.
Yeah.
Then you said Joyce has other great qualities, but just because she's overprotected doesn't mean she's a bad mother.
Yeah.
Which you literally said that Hopper has other better qualities. He saves the day, but he's overprotected, so it makes him a bad father.
No. Totally, but it's totally different. Totally different.
So from what I'm hearing is you have
Hopper issues.
Joyce was...
You have, like you say in Spanish, le tienes manía.
The moment, yeah, I do. The moment Joyce
For no
found out the
reason.
truth, she was dying for people imploring people to believe her. Whereas Hopper would have said, this is a truth, and this is a truth, and whether you believe me or not, it is a truth, and this is what we're going to do because I believe it to be the truth. That's the difference between Hopper and Joyce. Joyce needed help and asked for help, you know. Hopper would say, that sucks, my truth is my truth, and we're going with my truth. Obtuse.
But like,
Square-faced.
you're right, but does it not make sense with his character though?
Yes.
So then?
So, I just don't like his character. That's what I'm trying to say. There's moments.
Trying to say.
There are
saying it
moments.
very clearly.
There are moments where you say like, oh, okay, cool. But then he screws up again, and I'm like, oh, come on, man. You know.
Well, let's just agree to disagree.
Have to be there. You have to say something about somebody.
Because
Anyway, come on, we're running out of time here.
I already said my 3 favorites are Steve, Dustin, and Nancy. I'm pretty sure.
I'm surprised about Nancy because there's so many other characters on there. But it is true that she's badass.
Yeah, but because the thing is, Nancy's always
She
there. And
evolves.
She's kind of like Hopper, but in the kids' version. You know
Nancy,
what I mean?
just to be clear, she's Nancy Drew, right? She's a reporter girl, yeah. Right?
Yeah, she's
Yes.
she's Mike's older sister. Yeah,
There you go. Okay.
yeah.
Just make sure I have the wrong character.
I like how you kind of at the beginning you kind of think, oh, she's just gonna be like the
Cheerleader type.
the cheerleader type girl that's in the love triangle with the older guy with Steve, and then in the love triangle with Jonathan and whatever. And then halfway through the season, she picks up a bat and is ready to beat the shit out of the monster. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that is she's cool.
And then, you know, she kind of tells Jonathan, like, let's try to kill this thing while they go to look for Will in the upside down, which I thought was really cool. And then she just stays like that through the whole series. So I think she's just a really cool character, and I think she's really well written. Same as Dustin, he's super funny, he's super smart, I really like him. Steve as well. I think in the first season I hated that guy, he was a dickhead. But then they do a really good job in redeeming him and having a very, very good character development, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
So I think, but then again, I also really love Lucas, I love Max, I love Erica, Robin.
Who's Erica?
Lucas's little sister.
The super clever.
I also really like the science teacher.
Yeah. I was just about to say that.
He's the unsung hero of the whole thing. He's the one that threads everything together with
Yeah, because they always ask him questions, and he always says the scientific explanation, and they're like, oh.
In fact, Hopper could learn a couple things just from him. How to be a real hero.
And yeah, I think that's a. I don't know who my least favorite is. I couldn't say, to be honest. Yeah, I don't know. Obviously, there's the main villains, which obviously I don't like. But you're not supposed to like them, so.
No, yeah, exactly. That's why I said with Papas and.
Well, yeah, that's
also
why
Linda.
I also dismiss the real villains because they're real villains. There's no way you're gonna like them.
There probably is a character here and there which I probably thought could have done without, but But I think we've given a. Overall, I think we could say that we really enjoyed Stranger Things.
Very much.
for
Very
sure.
much.
I don't know if it's it's definitely not my favorite show ever, but I would say it's up there.
Okay.
It's very good.
Yeah, no, they've done a great job. I mean, it's been going on for 10 years, and for 10 years they've kept it.
They've delivered. I feel like
delivered.
even though you could, well, like I said, I think it's gone down a bit, but I think they've still done a very good job. And I think this is a good place to leave it off, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think. Congratulations to the Duffer Brothers.
Yeah. Good job.
guys.
And is there anything you want to say before I sign off?
Nothing at all. Thank you for letting me steam out about Hopper. I didn't know I had all this repressed.
Rage for some reason. I felt like I was watching you have an argument with Mano or did or something.
No. I was just, I didn't know I had it in me. Anyway, thank you for letting me.
Of course, no worries, even though you're wrong, but it's beside the point. So thank you guys for watching. We hope you enjoyed. I definitely really enjoyed it. Definitely talked for a lot longer than I thought we were, but it's kind of
As usual.
the moral of this podcast, isn't it? We hope you enjoyed. If you agree or disagree with anything we said, let us know in the comments. Like and subscribe, and see you guys next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.